There were there were no senior women doing what I did. There were a couple of very junior level partners, but no like very senior level partners doing what I was doing, and no partners of color at all doing what I was doing. It was banking, financial services, very limited crowd. It didn't really affect me because I think I was young enough when I left where like I wasn't quite in that like partnership bubble yet the last 2 years of your associate years, but I know that my friends who are at that point now are definitely feeling it. It's harder for them to find mentors. They don't have quite the close relationship, I think, with some of the senior male partners as the associates do. And they're also very much behind because they took some time off to have kids. I came from a firm that has a very generous family leave policy, and it's wonderful, but it also means that the more time you take off work, the more time you're taking off work. And you're behind when you come back. There's no questioning, kind of what effect that's going to have. It has a negative effect. It's funny because I'm now in a profession where I'm in a position of power, like a photographer in general controls a shoot. So I'm much more aware of like my actions and how they may affect someone. And I've had to set myself my own boundaries. I mean, I work in fashion. It's notorious for terrible things happening to very young men and women, often underage, quite seedy. I've become more proactive in calling things out where I'm like, I'm not comfortable with this has to stop. I'll give you a good example. Nude photography is part of photography. I love doing it, it's wonderful. I will not do it without a model's consent well beforehand. And so I was at a shoot. Through school, I got selected for a really cool project. And we had a professor who was also the client's he was acting as the client's voice on set. And he came to me and said, well, the clothes are okay, but the clothes they've given us aren't great. Why don't you think about doing this nude with her? And we were in the middle of the shoot. And it probably would have been a really great picture. And it was a completely professional environment. It was a team of like 50 people on set. But I had made myself a boundary to say, I'm never going to put someone in a position where they can't say no. Like they cannot feel like they're free to say no. This poor girl's here, she's probably like 18 years old, if that. I'm never going to put someone in a position where, even if it's not harmful to them, they feel like they're wrapped into this decision without actually having a way out of it. And I said that to him. I said, no, great picture. We'll do that another time. I'm not going to do it this time. And he wasn't mad at me. He was pissed because it would have been a great picture. I think it's taught me to step up a little bit more when I see something like that happening. And mine's a very specific example in this world, but in general, even when I wish there had been more ways for me to be a little bit more proactive. Even in my firm world, I've been saying when I observe like little things, it's like the little nuances of your day to day when something is said and it's not right. Not to me, but it happened to a more junior associate, a partner that we all worked for, came in, looked at her, and goes, "Oh, are you a paralegal?" And she was the only African American, female lawyer in the bunch, and then he just assumed that she was a paralegal. I wish that we had been more proactive in calling things out. I think it's no longer just fine to talk about it amongst ourselves. I think you have to sort of step up and say, "These are my limits," and if you get past them, I have to say something. I have to call you out. It's those little microaggressions, I think they call them. Yeah. They can build up. It's like one here, one here, one here, one here, and then eventually you get something that's much bigger than that. So I think it's the onus is on us a little bit more too to sort of speak up and decide what your boundary lines are. I think as an individual, you just have to say like, this is what's okay with me, and this is not, and I'm going to speak up when it's not.
Yeah. Well, I think for me. And I left the firm in 2009, so I certainly can't speak to what's happening now. But I think certainly, as I look at my current job at Capital One, I think they do a lot around development for both women and people of color, and I can really contrast that with not seeing that at the firm. It really, I was in a practice group where there were two women who were partners, but most of them were men, and they were all white men, and it did feel as if. It was harder to connect with them. I think the men had an easier time connecting with them and really building relationships. And so I think to the point of being able to ask someone out for a drink, or it can be a little strange. And I really felt like it was put on me to really make those connections to senior people. But it's an awkward situation versus I look at my current job and there's a lot around people's development. There's a lot around finding people mentors, and there's a lot around D&I, diversity and inclusion, and how do we make sure that we're taking everyone's differences into account when we do things, and we're not just kind of focusing on one type of person. And so for me, I can feel great about the fact that I feel like I'm in an organization where they are, they know that those things are issues, and they're doing a lot to correct that. But it certainly just makes me remember how different my current situation is from when I was in the